100 Mob in the building, Donkey Chin. You already know what time it is with me. It's Top Cat 100, man. Now, you already know the breaking news, man. You know what I mean? Want to shout out NBA Youngboy, you know what I'm saying? Because now he's getting more freedom than, we ever could, imagine. You know what I'm saying? Because now he out and about in malls. You know what I'm saying? I will show you the clip or whatever. Friends and family got to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is what been holding him back so long as being the top-notch artist he could be. You know what I'm saying? One of the most famous and biggest artists to come out of this generation. You know what I'm saying? Not just in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? We got to get that to him. Got a big cult following. And you know what I'm saying? This is some of the interaction that he had with some of his fans. You know what I'm saying? It was real, uplifting for people to see him out and about and him to actually be able to touch his fans and stuff like that. And, everybody is happy for this, man, because, at the end of the day, when we're looking at NBA Youngboy, what really held him back is the fact that he can't be out and about and touch his fans. And most of his fans are, of, all nationalities. You see what I'm saying? It ain't just the hood. And this is what makes NBA Youngboy so big, it's a lot of people keep saying the man cloned and all of this, man. It's like every time somebody get released, y'all throwing this out there. That ain't something to be throwing out there at this point. He looked the same as before he went in. You know what I'm saying? And what you got to realize is that when people go through their motions and go through, them doing their time and doing things and, trying to get their business handled and trying to release music, you got to understand it's kind of hard, So with him being out and about, and being seen by his fans, it gives a certain level of motivation for others to keep going, for other rappers that may want to reach out and stuff like that. And it looked like he in a good space, man. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he cleared up from a lot of the things and a lot of, the substances as people say allegedly that he was doing and stuff like that. Not to say if, it was made known that he's off and doing well or whatever, that's besides the point. We're looking at his facial features. We're looking at his skin glowing better. We're looking at him smiling. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at him interacting. And, that's all we could get down to and wish for. Because at the end of the day, NBA Youngboy was in a much, better space, years back, even a year ago. You know what I'm saying? People like him of a certain stature that go through things in the industry. I mean, you got to look at it like this, man. They only trying to push their brand forward and talk about the things that they used to go through, maybe that they will go through, things of that nature that they're used to. So it's like, man, all of these clone rumors and all this stuff like that, man, come on, man. These are just people that's just throwing stuff in the mix and, throwing salt out there. Well, we got to focus on the tours and all of the things that's going to take place now. And even if he out in malls and about and stuff like that, that lets you know that they got leniency to let him do more shows and to let him get around and really push his music out there. Because you got to look at the impact that he already had. If he had the impact that he had now, doing what he was already doing, being on all these stipulations and all of these rules and stuff like that, like we were saying in past videos up to this day, what's going to happen when he get full freedom to at least do shows and at least touch the fans more? NBA Youngboy is not the most likable character in rap history right now, because of the stigma. And when you get people to meet him face to face, like we just seen and stuff like that, you may get a different perception. And this is what Tupac was saying. A lot of people felt like Tupac was the bad guy rap. And then when they met him, they said that it was a whole nother side. And they saying the same thing about NBA Youngboy. Some people, already have said that. It's a certain persona of him. And, people listening to these raps and stuff like that. Not to say he ain't about that and he ain't living it or experienced it. But at the end of the day, he's a businessman, and that's what he shows people when he's around them. So with that being said, the 100 Mob and, all the NBA Youngboy core fan base, what I'm saying, that, say this and say that about this channel, what do y'all really feel about him being out and about? You know what I mean? What's going on? I'm out.